Hi everyone, this is going to be a quick video showing you a Chinese style handle wrap that I did on my nodachi length bokken. I did this wrap with paracord and I really like the way it came out. This took me 37 feet worth of paracord and 3 hours to wrap it, and then I had to fix up a couple spots where it wasn't quite straight, and then I lacquered it. I really like the way that this feels, and I really like the way that it looks. To me, it just looks really good. Now, some of you may wonder, why did I go with a Chinese style handle wrap on a bokken? The reason for that is very simple. One reason is because I didn't want to use actual ito for this, because ito for a bokken, I can get some that's not too expensive, but honestly I wanted to just use what I had laying around, and I didn't have any ito for this. Also, a Chinese style handle wrap doesn't use manuki, which are the little ornaments. I could have put manuki on this. I have spare manuki. I just didn't want to have to use them. Also, the ending on this I think is more conducive for a sword that doesn't have a kashra to lace through. Again, there are ways to end a Japanese style handle wrap that doesn't go through a kashra, but I wanted to use this. And ultimately, the final reason why I did it, because this is what I wanted. Now, to a traditionalist, they may say that this doesn't make a lot of sense to do, and personally, I don't care. I like what I like, and I like this look. Plus, I wanted something that was a bit more of a challenge to do. I can do Japanese style handle wraps very easily. I could have even done a Jabra style wrap on this, which would have used 2 pieces of cordage, but I'm going to be doing that on some katana, and I just wanted to try something different on here. I did a Chinese style handle wrap on a wooden tanto a couple years ago, and I always wanted to go back and try it on a full length bokken. So that's the wrap that I did on this bokken. You may not be able to tell, but up close I think you'll be able to see that this is actually two-tone paracord. This is actually red and black. So, just something a little different. I thought it looked pretty classy like that, especially with the color of the wood and the color of the tsuba on this one. I just thought that it looked really cool. I'm not a traditionalist. I wanted something different, and this definitely is sufficiently different. And as I said, I wanted a challenge, and this definitely did give me a challenge. It was fun to do, and I really like the end product. Another reason why I did this is because since I run my own business, I wanted to try doing a Chinese style handle wrap in case anyone ever wants me to wrap the handle on a Chinese sword. I looked online, and there's not a lot of people who actually do Chinese handle wraps. So, it's a little niche market. I also paracord wrapped 2 of my tomahawks. These are the longer ones. I'm not going to do it to my shorter ones because those ones are more meant for throwing. These here, are actually made to more be used as axes, although obviously I can throw them if I want to. On this one, I used the same color paracord that I did on my nodachi bokken, and this one here I used a different color that I had. To wrap this, all I did is I took the paracord, I went down this way, up this way, and then I wrapped it from here down to here, and then I took the end of the paracord, went through the loop here, tied a little knot, and then I melted the end of the paracord on the knot. And then I pulled this end tight, cut it pretty much as flush as I could, and then melted the end right there. The reason why I did the knot on this side is because when melting the end, I didn't have to worry about getting paracord melted down onto the wrap down here. On this here, it wasn't really a big deal. This was more or less just to close off the end. I wasn't using the melted part to prevent the paracord from pulling through. This piece here goes down here and then up here and is being held very tight. I'm not worried about that being pulled this whole length. This here, obviously I'm more worried about that. So to undo this, all I'd have to do is cut the end of the knot off, and then this will all just come undone. With these wraps, this is actually 24 feet of paracord, and it wrapped up to make a 9.5-inch handle. This is about 23 feet of paracord, and it wrapped up to make about a 9-inch handle. I also paracord wrapped the handles of these sai in the same way that I paracord wrap the handles of the tomahawks. Very simple way to do it. The paracord on these sai and the paracord on this tomahawk is actually the same paracord. It's just on this here, since it's a smaller handle, it kind of made a cool little pattern. And on this, because the handle is thicker, it didn't quite work out the same way. I also paracord wrapped this bokken. This here is gutted paracord. So I took the inner strands out. And it's once again pretty much the same wrap that I'd used on the tomahawks. The only real difference is at the end, instead of tying a knot or just melting it there, I took what was left and I wrapped it around the handle, as you can see right here. I thought that looked pretty neat. And then I also made a little Suba stopper here out of paracord. That's basically just a ranger bead that's going twice around. And for this, I just tied a little square knot right here and flattened it out as best as I could. There is some tape under this one, but that's because this here, what I did is the handle originally ended at about here. Right there it ended. So what I did is I bulked it up right here a little bit with some tape, put the tape over right here, and then I paracord wrapped over it. And now it's essentially a o-katana length bokken. I've done this before, but I just wanted this to look a little bit nicer. I used some dark green paracord on this one. Cool look. And of course this one here I did engravings on a long time ago. Since this grip is so slim, I originally tried doing this with ungutted paracord, but I just made the grip way too thick. So that's how it is. I end up with the excess that I end up wrapping up here. I just didn't want to have to cut it and waste that length. And then I thought about it and I said, you know what? If I just have it, with melted down here or just a knot, it's going to be pretty much the same as what I have on my tomahawks and sai. So I decided to just make it a little bit different. So now with this setup like this, the handle is 13.5 inches and the blade is just over 25 inches. So it's a good length for a o-katana. So that's pretty much it. That's what I've been up to lately. I've been messing around a lot with paracord, as you can see. I've just found pretty much all of my paracord, so I've been trying to find different uses for it because I have a lot of paracord. I will definitely be letting you guys know what I find out and what I do with some of this as I go along. And of course, some of this I've been doing just to learn new skills for my business. So, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. I'll see you next video. See ya.